Sorry.
We're live?
Oh, we
Oh my
sure are,
gosh.
bestie.
Hi
Hi
everyone.
everyone.
What's
Hi.
the vibe today?
Yes.
How we all doing?
Welcome everyone to the eighth episode of the Around the Block podcast. I guess. Right today we're joined by Sek or 25 Pi 25, as
That's me.
that's his tag. So why don't you give the people a quick introduction? Like, where would they know you from?
Hi, I'm 25 If you don't already know, I make a lot of YouTube content. I show up
Yes.
in a lot of custom lobbies in Tetris, so if you ever see me there, then yeah, a lot of people know me from just joining random custom lobbies.
Oh, I didn't. Is that like a good advertising method? Do people like recognize you? Or
I'd say like 1 in every 5 times I join a lobby, someone sees it.
that's cool.
Are they like, oh my god, hi Sec, I'm a huge fan. That's
The
what
I'm
I
a
would
huge
do.
fan part, that's like a 1 in 10 chance.
Uh, 1 in 10 is pretty good. 1 in 10 is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. Before we go off on this, I guess you're also you're involved with a few events, right? Or I don't know how many.
Involved with a few events. Yeah, mostly just UC. I did think about putting up my own tourney, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I haven't.
You've
Taz?
done TAWs,
Oz, yeah,
right?
I
One or
did
two.
cast um,
Gee,
a
Taz.
few
Mhm.
times for Taz. Yeah, I
TAWs is
totally
awesome.
forgot about that.
Yeah. It's going
Don't
on
worry.
right. Isn't it going on right now?
It might be.
I think they
Did he just
finish in like an
finish?
hour.
Did
I think they're gonna finish in
CL
an hour.
win, or did he? He's just grand finals, right?
I don't know.
Was that the tournament that CL was? Oh, okay, so CL's smurfing that turn. Okay, I see.
No, that's not very
So I
nice.
guess he's probably gonna win that, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, um, that's good. Good intro. I mean, that's where people would know you from. Content, UC, and just joining random Tetris lobbies. I think you're one of the more like just kind of Tetris community members. But how did you get into Tetris? If I recall, I don't think you started on Tetris, did you? Or
Yeah, I don't think I've ever told anyone in the Tetris community how I started out.
yeah. So why don't you give us a little rundown now?
Okay, so I barely remember like how long it's been back. I think like back since like when I got my Switch. I had like 4 games. One of them was Sonic Mania, and the rest were complete garbage.
Solid.
Uh,
Classic Nintendo Switch library. Continue.
I also had 1-2 Switch. Uh,
Mm.
I played that as much as I could. I didn't even have Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. So one day I just looked onto the eShop and I'm like, I gotta get some free games because I'm just bored out of my mind. I have to I have to find a new game to get. And so like as I was browsing the free demos, I found Puyo Puyo Tetris. I'm like, wow, this looks like a stupid game to buy. I'm gonna go check it out.
Hmm.
And then just like instantly, as soon as I started playing, I'm like, oh my god, this is so fun. What's wrong with me?
So you're a
Because
PPT starter.
yeah, I am. Yeah, I did
I
start from
have.
PPT.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I have almost never played Tetris until like I bought the game, like that's sorry the free
Mhm.
demo. But so like while I was playing the free demo, I was like trying to brush up on my knowledge of Tetris, and the only thing I remember from Tetris was playing like Puyo Puyo, where like you have to
Or
match like pieces of the same color, and then they'll just disappear.
So
That's what I thought would
you were a
happen.
Puyo player before you were a Tetris player.
No, I thought you had to play Tetris like Puyo.
so you like tried to
Ah!
put the eyepieces together
I
to.
was like playing NES Tetris.
All
But I
right.
think like on a different
Mhm.
platform. I thought you had to match all the pieces of the
Yes.
same color together.
Was it N blocks?
Uh, no, I don't think it was any of those games. I think it was like an
Okay.
official game that I like played at a friend's house probably.
I see.
But yeah, after that I played for about 2 to 3 weeks, just playing the demo over and over, listening to like RL say Puyo Puyo Tetris, like sorry, just Tetris over and over, and
Tetris.
Sega
Yeah.
Sega jingle over and over, and I'm just like, I gotta buy this game. I have to I have to experience the story.
It was pretty. I mean, it's not like it wasn't like a full cost Switch game at that point, right? Or
It was $30.
think-
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
yeah.
So I'm just like, you know what, I'll get it.
Yeah.
And then I breezed through the story in like 6 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I just finished the game. What now? So then yeah, that's when I started actually like getting into the game. I started, looking up. Actually, I think like at least like a month into me starting to play the game. That's when I found out about Wumbo.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then
Wumbo era player. Let's go.
yeah, and then I see stuff like DTK. I'm like, holy shit, how does he do that? I'm gonna copy him.
Yeah.
So I became one of those like DT mains that like just have absolutely no idea how to play the game. And actually, I think my oldest replay of me playing Puyo Puyo Tetris, I still have it. I didn't even learn T-spins yet, or DTK in fact. The person I was playing was online, and they were much better than me. I don't even know how I won.
Well, that's kind of PPT's just kind of like that sometimes, where if you misdrop badly, you'll just and you don't know how to deal with it, you'll just evaporate.
Actually, I don't even know how I won, because they knew how to double Tetris and T-spin. What am I doing?
Okay.
I'm so surprised that I even won that match. But I'm getting off topic.
But yeah, so I guess you started playing Puzzle League, started looking at tutorials and getting more into the community, right? But obviously you're not
No, I just
really
watched Wumbo videos.
you
I
just
watched
watch you
Wumbo
just watch
videos.
Mamba videos. Solid, yeah. Everyone loves
Yeah, that's how I
Mamba.
learned about everything. I learned about Jstris. That was like my main way of playing, I think, at that time, because I can just go into a browser and then I can show off to everyone in my class.
Yeah, okay.
Yo, the classic Tetris pipeline.
Yeah.
You're good enough
Yeah.
to show off to the people in class, and you
And
go
you,
from
you
there.
never touched like TF or when would you
Tetris Friends?
yeah,
I touched TF actually. In 8th grade, I think that's when I played Tetris Friends. I didn't play it for a long time, but I did, try it out. It was pretty cool. I played it with my friends.
yeah.
When we heard it was shutting down, I was just like, I just started playing this game. What?
Yeah, okay. So
So you started playing around like 2019-ish?
Yeah, 2019-ish.
okay,
Mm.
so around the same time as me, and a little, I don't know when Ren.
Ye-
Actually, don't know when Ren started.
I
I mean, yeah, I
started,
think
like,
this was
2020.
like 7th grade
Yeah.
when I started. So like a year
Yeah.
before.
I have
Yo,
no concept of how old you were in different years. I'm sorry, but 2019, we got 2019.
Yeah. I think that's when I started becoming like
More into the
I'd say
game, right?
yeah, I'd say 8th grade is when I like became an A rank, borderline S minus. I don't know how to calculate my skill
Yeah.
level just because the game is off.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
did, there weren't actually any good matchmaking
Yes.
options.
So when you so I guess fast forward. Now obviously you've started be good at the game, and what about like Tetrio begins, TL opens. What rank are you? I guess that's the
I should start with Tetrio first. So, I was doing actually I
Were
was
you an
like
inf
a
dev?
pretty active member of Bumblecord. And then just suddenly, like in my recommendations, I see Tetrio pop up, like Wumbo playing Tetrio back in like its inf dev stage,
mm-hmm.
maybe even in dev stage. No, not in dev, because no Wumbo wasn't part of that. Sorry, in inf dev. Sorry, what am I saying?
Inf dev, yeah.
Inf dev stage. I saw him playing like a quick free for all. I'm like, this is my dream game. This is exactly what I want. A game where I can show off to people.
It looks cool, but it's also in the browser, so you can take it on the go. I don't know.
Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. So I immediately like get onto the website. I'm like, oh great, I have to ask the owner for permission. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
just like, whatever, I'll play the game whenever it's out. And
You
then I think like a
you didn't
month or
join
two
inf
later,
dev.
I hear these two girls in my school they're talking about some Tetris game, and then I'm like, wait, what are you two talking about? And they're talking about Tetrio because it was already out.
ah. Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm
I don't
like,
know.
how do these two even know about Tetris? And
When did
just silent answers, they
Tetrio
don't.
like public come out?
Public? I think it was around March.
Was that
I'm
March
not sure.
20?
Let
I
me
think
go
it was
check
like
my
Or
let
March
me go check my
2020?
channel.
it
Not
was
my
like
channel, my
right
user.
on like quarantine time. That
Let's
was the
see.
timing.
March 26th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
like
checks out.
right on the quarantine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah. good timing, but also
Yeah, I think it was on yeah, it was on a school Discord server.
it's
Hmm.
cool. So I mean, um, and I
Also,
guess
do you want me to talk
the
about Tetra League?
oh sorry what
Did you want me to talk about Tetra League? Or do you
uh
want to go on?
it's fine. I mean, like if you think there's anything aside from I guess like you probably came in like you said at around like A rank ish or S
Oh, that
minus.
was an 8th grade. For Tetra League, I started at S rank, but I was definitely not S rank at that time. I think I was actually SS.
Yeah, I
Like
think like
what's like the translation? Like the
inflation of the
yeah, like what's
I would
your
say
what would
about like
your
uh,
inflated your rank accounting for inflation be? You know what I'm
I
saying?
would say like high SS, almost U rank.
ISS.
Mm.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, high like SS was the rank that I actually struggled to
Mm-hmm.
start ranking up. So I think that's like my
So
actual
like
skill level
50,
at the start.
60 APM, more or less.
Yeah, I was around 60 APM. I have an old
God.
screenshot of my stats.
I recall
Uh,
being like in SS where I was like at the like in the earlier ages, like I recall it being kind of hard to like get U rank. Like I was like consistently like high 70 APM, but I was like kind of struggling to like to be fair, I also didn't downstack at all, but I was like struggling at that time. Like U ranks, all the ranks were a lot harder to get. So
mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's the thing with percentile ranks. But
Yeah.
yeah, so eventually you made some name for yourself, or not some name for yourself, but have you always been like just joining random lobbies? I feel like that's or
Yeah, I have been joining random lobbies since I started
yeah.
Tetrio.
Yeah, so I was wondering like for a while like it feels like there's a lot of players that just kind of know each other on Tetrio, and I guess that's kind of the missing link that I didn't really consider, just joining random custom lobbies. But would you say that that's like a big place where a lot of community building happened? I thought a lot of it just happened on Discord, but um,
I think it's kind of even.
like
I think it's
even
like I think it's like once you go to enough lobbies, some people just start to recognize that you're going to the same lobbies as that.
yeah,
Mm.
and then you like find each other on the Discord, or I don't how does that? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't actually know, but I think I definitely got more recognition after I started being a part of the community instead of just going to random lobbies.
Yeah, I see. Um, I mean, I guess there still must be like when you join you're going out in the fray, like do you find people that you don't recognize that you like funnel into the community, or um
I didn't think about that.
you don't have to, but
I mean, I feel like a few times I just like show up to custom lobbies and I see some people often. They see me and
it
they
just
watch my content, so I assume they're usually already part of the community.
yeah.
Mm.
But it's hard to have funnel new people in.
Yeah, that's a prevailing problem that I think we've talked about that problem a lot on this
Yeah,
podcast.
that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
uh yeah, so you heard it here first, folks. Sec is a PPT starter, despite maybe contrary to popular belief. I don't know where most people would. I just assume most people
Uh,
just started on Tetrio, but I was pretty sure that you didn't. I remember back in the day, I think you had some like longevity on your Jstris account. Like, you must have started on Jstris.
I had longevity on the Wumbo Discord server.
Oh yeah, I'm also not in that or have never touched that. So, um,
Yeah, you would be both words.
uh, yeah, okay. So obviously at some point you joined UC, and I know the story somewhat of how you joined UC, but why don't you tell us how you got involved in that?
Okay, I think it was UC2 when I joined the server. I saw it on the banner. I think I was U rank around the time.
Yeah,
I think actually wait. I was almost X rank not almost X rank, sorry. I think it was almost 24K. That's a better way of phrasing it. And
yeah.
so I saw the banner, I'm like, well, they're coaching younger players. Not younger players, what am I saying? Lower ranked players.
You're
I should stop.
It's okay.
I mean, they could be younger players, but because I'm probably older than like half the Tetris community because I'm slightly older than 16.
That's crazy.
Tell
Okay,
'em.
anyway.
Sorry. So you
Um,
see the banner. You see.
Yeah. And then I just joined the Discord server. I talk like 2 messages, and then I immediately sign up to be a coach.
Mhm.
Like you can see it in my message history. I just talk for 2 seconds, and then I just okay, let's sign up to be a coach. And I believe my first coaching session was absolutely horrible, but it was only because Sausage was there, and he was
Eeh.
only like a rank lower than me.
Mm.
So I just did not know what to say. But I got accepted somehow.
I think
Mm-hmm.
the bar for then was completely undefined. But I mean that's pretty similar to my story for how I got it. Because then eventually you just kind of got like asked to be staff, right?
Yeah, that made me feel special because I don't think anyone past that point has been asked to just be staff.
Wasn't I asked? Wasn't I just asked to be staff too? I think
I
I
didn't.
was.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, I was asked, but they made me put in an application.
Yeah, I didn't
So
have to put in an application.
yeah,
I'm so
that's you.
special.
That's your special.
Damn,
So
that's messed up. 2 out of 3 people right now are UC staff,
yeah,
and the third one is
yeah.
I don't know. I guess not UC staff.
We also didn't. We also just asked Plu and Leo. I think. Did we make them put in an
uh,
application though?
I think they had an application, and then we just decided to do them both at the same time.
Yeah, I think there was some precedent where it's just like, even if you're asked to be staff, you have to put in an application. Because I remember
Yeah,
we were just thinking like, hey, we should just add more people because like half our staff members are inactive. It's like, whatever.
yeah, but not me.
Yeah, I think you still are probably, like I've probably mostly petered off. I kind of poke in every once in a while to, like manage personnel, and that's about it. I probably need to go do those coaching applications after this. But yeah. So how has UC treated you? How do you feel like your involvement has how it's kind of bettered or maybe that's the wrong way to phrase that question. How do you think like what have you done for UC? Obviously coaching, but like um,
Tell us everything. How you been around the block?
Is that like part of the catchphrase?
that's our catchphrase. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I think UC is when I started to actually start like getting into the community instead of just being sheltered in Wumbo's Discord server.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually got to, talk to some people who weren't uh just Wumbo fans. I got to meet some actual top players for once. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because Wumbo never
Who
noticed
did
me.
you
I'm
end up
just
talking to
there.
in the UC Discord?
Yeah,
Like,
and I think
most of the time?
I just like I don't know. I just liked being involved in it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to say here.
Yeah, sorry. That's kind of a weird way to phrase the question. I have a pretty similar story. I think I also like around that time is when I started getting involved with a lot more of the community. I was basically just like a Garbo Discord lurker, 4-wide lurker for a long time, and then I just sort of saw the UC ad, and I think pretty similar. That's when I started to get more involved with the community, and by virtue of being a coach, you got to kind of be adjacent to some of the top players that had also tried to be coaches. I think New Moy is probably the most notable one at that
Oh,
point
that's
in
right.
time.
I
QMK
remember
was
New
also
Moy
a
Moy,
coach for a
coaching.
while.
uh,
QMK.
yeah, I was actually the one who trialed him. And QMK, Ben, like, or people. So yeah, I think those like early like few tournaments of UC were really like good melting pot of like different sections of the community. Like most of the top players now I think have stopped coaching. Like do you know anyone, I guess if you consider yourself
Nobody
a top
coaches.
player.
Nobody coaches anymore.
Nobody coaches at all anymore. But
I think Cold just like coaches on his own streams, not like
Yeah.
no, not a lot of UC stuff. Just that's fine. I just feel bad for all the people that were just leaving behind and applications.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta get on that coaching grind too.
I don't
Coaching
know.
grind sets.
I think, like, we were talking a bit about this a bit with Cab on the last one, but I think you're probably still more involved with the UC community than he is, because I think he's super busy. So like, I feel like it's sort of like a little generation of players that have passed, you know, like every single like UC participant up to this point, like for the first like 5 or 6, is now like high U to X rank, or have stopped playing the game. So like there's a whole like community of players that has sort of outgrown UC. Do you think that's accurate, or do you still see some people around?
Yeah, like when I'm thinking about UC2, if you think about the players like where they are right now, I think I'm not sure about who is in the top 3, because I know Briolatus and Kadon.
Briolatus, Kion, Xynix. Wait,
no, that's
UC3.
No, that's UC3.
It was
The second one
Swim,
is Caden.
Abaloptus.
Yeah. I was thinking of someone else. Yeah.
Abaloptus and Kadon. Swim and Kadon have both retired.
Largely stopped playing.
Yeah, Kadon's still like around U rank. I think
Yeah.
he actually started playing Tetra League sometime recently.
Yeah. Abaloptus
And then
is pretty good.
Abaloptus
Yeah, I think
is really
Abaloptus is
good.
really good.
It's like 24-8 now, I think.
Maybe
Yeah, there's other examples like
Yeah.
of course that Dash Pepper Yoshi. I actually met him in person. He's probably the highest ranked UC winner.
How wait,
so...
no, isn't
Is
Circle
this-
the highest rank?
Circle
what?
doesn't play TL anymore.
I mean
Oh.
Circle, I don't think no, Circle is wait, Circle got a
Does he play?
wait, did he win UC? I meant UC winners.
Oh.
Oh, between winners, it's probably it's probably Yoshi. But if we're
I
talking
mean it's
like
probably
top
more impressive
three,
if it's Circle who didn't even win the UC.
I think it's just a timing thing. It's honestly winning a UC is just a timing thing.
Yeah, and then there's just Dickman Comic who got a world record from the
Yeah.
person who ran the tourney. That was insane.
Dang.
lots of people who are big names who played in UCs.
Yes. We were discussing last time, I think probably the strongest UC participant is Simp Shrimp.
Wait, Simshrimp was in UC?
Simshrimp
He was
played in
some
UC1.
UC, yeah.
No way.
I outplaced him at UC1.
Let's go.
That's such an accomplishment, right?
I know.
Better,
I
just
know.
better. Nothing changed since then.
Mhm.
Next time you see him, just let me
That's
win.
on site.
On site, yeah. Yeah, it was nice to be part of that like early UC community, like raising those players, and now they're all X rank, and it's kind of weird.
I feel old.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know.
It's like when all the kids go off to college and then it's like, oh well,
Yes.
I guess you're off to X rank now. See ya later.
Yeah.
You weren't X rank until like 2 weeks ago, right?
All right. What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, Renge.
That's all right. What do you
You're
think
cute
of
and all,
the...
but let's be real.
What do you think of like the UC tournament system though? Like you're very involved with the UC scene. Like what do you think of ranked cap tournaments in general? That's kind of a question that we ask a lot on the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I think the UC staff are really involved with decisions on how the tournaments are run. I think so far, I think we've kind of like, of course, since like UC1, we've kind of optimized the way tournaments run. Since then, I don't really like the fact that we have to manually input every score, but I guess that's just a given, seeing as what happened in UC2.
That's just because we use challenge, I think.
Yeah, challenge owned.
And also, I think just with the population of UC, like there's just a lot of people that have never played in a tournament before, so they don't know how any of the software works at all, or how like double elim works.
Yeah, we kind of have to like question proof everything. So at that point, I just decided to make a sticker on how to sign in for UC, and Ice Dynamics has definitely helped out with making UCs a lot smoother by having that
Yeah.
bot to help people check in and just register immediately. Also being able to check if they're eligible for the tournament.
Yeah.
That's so helpful.
He's also working with Skyla and MMC on the Tetra Olympics tournament. Um,
I have no idea what that is, what that's about.
it's just like there's like 4 rank brackets. There's like one for some rank, one for like up to SS, one for like
Uh,
U, and one for like X and high U.
all right.
But yeah, I mean, it's good. I don't know. I think I always go off on the fact that on like how like rank cap tourneys have some like inherent flaws, but I think for the most part you've like involved yourself with a lot of rank cap stuff, or like focused a lot of your efforts on like helping out newer players with TAWs and like all the coaching and VOD reviews you do. So yeah, that's good.
I mean, you've been involved in rank caps too.
That's true, but I do it kind of like, well, I don't do it as much anymore, at least.
I mean, yeah, because
I view them as a necessary evil, I think.
like, yeah, your staff, so you got to do it.
I have to do it. I have to do it. I try and keep things away from SS though, at like all costs, but then now, you know, I think, actually I probably shouldn't talk about this, but my one rule and like when
It's
I
already
help
been
with,
revealed. You can talk about SS.
has it? It's already been revealed?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's been revealed. I guess.
Yeah.
It's yesterday. Okay, I just wasn't sure the timing. Yeah, I didn't fight back on SS this time because with no pass through, like you gotta make some sacrifices for how much players can send. That's whatever.
Yeah, I hated the addition of that removing pass through for UC.
I think we
You-
should just make the game counts shorter. Or I don't know how the game functions without pass through. Or like without pass
Yeah,
through
the
for
game
lower
is-
ranks because people don't really know how to send the damage.
Yeah, it's way slower in lower ranks, which is, you know, another main reason why it took 10 hours for the
Yeah.
last UC to end.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that because for those of you who don't know, the newest UC 12 is going to be on December 12th. And that's going to be first to 5 until top 8. Do you actually think that it's going to significantly shorten the tournament length though? I was thinking about it last night before bed, because that's what I do now. And
Yes.
I was thinking like this, I don't know if it's actually gonna like make a difference. I feel like if anything, it's the fact that it's an SS tournament that's gonna actually shorten the length of the tournament, not so much that the first 2s are shorter. Because top 8 took such a long time for the last UC. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just changing 2 independent variables at the same time. So like it's not like we can have a definitive answer. I do think that like how we stream things can definitely is the main stopgap with in terms of how long tournaments tend to run. But yeah, I'll let Sek speak on this because I have not been super involved with running the actual event for a while.
Okay, well, what I actually had to say wasn't really like because of the tournament, but I think if that changing the rank caps or changing the ranks of people playing is they kind of have different properties than just lowering the count from first to 7 to first to 5. Because in higher ranks, you can still, of course, it does take longer. Not take longer, sorry. The games are shorter overall, but you can still have long games. Like I've seen, like CZ, DL, they still have 3 to 4 minute games,
Yeah.
just because like they're on par with each other. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, changing the rank I don't think is gonna affect too much. I think just the speed of what they're playing at, or there's also other factors depending like if players are more defensive in SS, which I think some of them might be, because TUS takes like 3 hours to finish.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then my stupid spin tourney took like 1 hour to finish, even though it was way smaller.
Okay, yeah, so that actually makes sense, and especially with like tournament nerves, I think people tend to play more defensively overall.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe shortening the game count will hopefully be the main contributor to.
If not, then just remove pass through. That's all I have. That's all I have to say.
I think removing pass through would be a really weird change.
Sorry, not removing pass through, adding pass
Like
through. What am I saying?
re-enabling pass through.
Yeah, re-enabling
can't-
pass through would be a really weird change in my opinion.
Every time I say that, it's always because people talk about removing pass through. No one ever talks about adding pass through back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because nobody wants to add pass through back.
I want to add
Were
pass
you a
through back.
pass through? Were you a pass through supporter?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Give us the pitch.
man.
Give us the pitch why pass
Yeah,
through
yeah,
should
yeah.
be.
Okay, I think the
bad.
main reason that okay, the main reason people don't like pass through is because, of course, the phrase you hear all the time, RNG ass through,
Yes. Okay.
which of course I don't think is true. I think it's just that people are underestimating the power of pass through.
Okay.
Yeah, people are just just completely silent.
We're processing.
Or processing. So, I don't know. We probably don't need to go into an entire debate, but.
Yeah, and also I think
But I don't know. I've never met. Well, like I haven't. I have met, but like I had never like really like got engaged in like a. Actually, no. There was that one time like when it was first being discussed, but.
yeah, no pass through's still in the game.
Yeah, it's just like having it
that's
as an intentional mechanic. Pass through feels weird because
I like it as an intentional mechanic.
Yeah, I think it's just something that is more of a quality of life change because it's like when the timings for it can be sort of inconsistent with the lag and stuff, so which is why a lot of people didn't really like it, and it just makes wanting to cancel garbage really like a huge risk when like it really shouldn't be, because like if you either wait way too long to cancel, mean like giving your opponent to stack up again, or you're waiting too little, or like you're really towing the line of like how early you're allowed to send to cancel, and then suddenly you might accidentally just like kill yourself because you sent your attack and it passes through instead of you wanting to cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my main gripe with pass through. It's just not consistent enough for me to like actively be able to think about using it without going like, oh, rats, I did this wrong, time to die. I like the extra breathing room that no pass through gives you.
If the timing were consistent, then I think a lot of
Mhm.
people would like it. It's less about taking it out as a mechanic, because it still exists. It's like a function of the netcode, but it's like it's like a compromise basically. Like if I can concede that there are some like good uses of it, or like some interesting uses of pass through and like things that it promotes, but like it's just a trade-off between the quality of life and practicality of having like enhancing a very ping sensitive mechanic as opposed to keeping it in. So, but I can see the opinion. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't want to talk anyways. But I think one thing that I need to make clear for both, for both sides, I think people still need to acknowledge that pass-through is still in the game, because I see a lot of people still just pretending like pass-through doesn't even exist and just wildly sending. And I actually got a comment on my timing tutorial video. Someone like just deliberately commented, "Well, this video is useless now because now they added pass-through," but not they added pass-through, they removed pass-through. I'm mixing up my words, anyways. Which is just simply not true, because, of course, you saw that network lag, and if you pretend like pass-through is still not in the game, then you're gonna be taken in for a ride once that happens, and then you die. But you still gotta at least wait.
Just gotta be like aware I think if you just like, as long as you're intentionally canceling, you'll be fine for the most part. But if you just kind of wildly send, then like you will die probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we just need. I think just because pass-through is more integral than I value other parts of the game to be.
Okay.
I really like the idea of timing. So I didn't want pass through to lead, but I guess everyone else is
The
very mean to
people have
pass through.
spoken,
I know the
and now
people
we
have
live
spoken Renge,
in a world with 10-hour UCs.
and then there's also the other problem of people like in S rank removing pass through just because they want to, even though it barely affects them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people in S rank, even though it barely affects them, that barely is still an amount, right? They're allowed to have an opinion about it.
Yeah, there are a lot of times they're fun.
It's just a quality of life thing. Like it doesn't affect the way they play at all, but it is just like it feels weird when it happens and you don't understand the mechanic.
Yep.
I think there is probably a world where pass-through still exists, but it's just kind of made more obvious what is going on. Besides just a little like graze sound effect that it doesn't, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, we could finally move off of this topic. UCs are gonna run long. Make sure everyone come out to UC 12. Watch some SS players just kill each other, I guess.
Force me to do match reporting for 11 hours.
But yeah, so with the new UC coming up, there's always the UC coaching rush. But why don't you tell us a little bit about, maybe before we talk about like the coaching meta, why don't you, or like what you think makes good coaching, why don't you tell us about like how, because like you said before that a lot of like requests have been piling up. Do you think there's anything more we could be doing to like stop that from happening? Maybe like promoting coaching systems aside from UC. I saw Jstris say before, like outside of UC there's like no way to get coaching outside of UC pretty much, or no high profile way.
I mean,
I
you
think
can
that's
do
kind of the
paid Wumbo
nature of
coaching
it.
if you really want.
Yeah, you pay for a private Wumbo coaching, or you just DM someone who's better than you, and you go, "Hi."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I don't believe in paid coaching. I feel like coaching, no matter the quality in this game, should be free. But I can't stop Wumbo from making people play. So,
Yeah.
I think what we could do, I think as coaches, I think we need to just find some time to be able to coach other players. I don't think it's about promoting the coaching system, because that's just gonna have more people coming onto instead of solving the problem. And actually, another example of that is, of course, that how many applicants have we had recently to be coaches?
I don't know.
We've had tons.
We've had a lot, but they just kind of do one and then leave.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the big problem, I think, because it sounds like they need to be a little bit more committed.
Yeah, like
Even I do too. But I think we just need to have more coaches active and doing stuff. Maybe provide like a reward system.
Of what system?
That'd be awesome. A reward system?
A
I
reward
don't know, make like a
system, I see.
leaderboard.
Yeah, I wonder who'd
leaderboard
be
of
winning
amount of
that. I don't know.
coaches.
That would be crazy.
Okay, but like yeah, the only problem I think is quality control. So I think that's the only problem I think I have with a reward system or leaderboard. You need to have quality control with this. But
Yeah.
I think we've already verified quality with those coaching reviews.
Yeah.
So you need to also make sure that these coaches aren't just doing the bare minimum. And I think I actually might be guilty of this. I feel like compared to other coaches, I'm not doing as in depth of a review as I should be,
I think
because I
that's
have to go through so
fine,
many people.
honestly. I think I would rather to have the bare minimum. If I were a new player, I would rather have the bare minimum advice than be skipped over, right? There's like, before I stopped, like I like really stopped, that was I had like basically the process, right? I could get through a request in like an hour or like 30 minutes if I was like really booking it, like or even if just doing the typing ones that's like 20 minutes. It's just like, you need to somehow like let people know that they're in this for like the long run, you know. Like it's not like you just kind of take one student and like go ham on them. Like you need to pace yourself, you know. It's okay to have these little big ones.
And then I think I've seen a few times where coaches will send like 9 pages of advice, which I think is fine, but I want to make sure that the student is actually gonna bother to read all of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of requests are like definitely really like a lot of coaches try and info dump because a lot of the time like people want to become coaches to, or like what do you think? I think a lot of coaches tend to just like want to talk about the game, and that's why they become coach. So as soon as they get their first request, they say everything they want to about the game, and then they just stop. Or like I don't know, what have you seen from like some of the newer coaches?
I think for newer coaches, I think we just get. I think actually for some people, we just get the occasional, like in between, don't do this, and then just a summary at the end. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, I
And
think
then there's
that's
some
good.
coaches
I think
that
that's good. Just keep it focused, you know, keep it concise. That's
I
good.
think there's also some coaches that, take everything, they summarize it, and then info dump everything, and it's a whole load of information that even I like couldn't even read because
Yeah.
I like not to talk a lot about
That's part of the
the
reason why
mechanics
I've
of the game.
tried why I've like put off like going through the reviews. It's because like maybe I'm guilty of it because like I kind of explicitly draw out the process like that in like the trial document, like just like keep things very short, concise, you know, just summarize, don't like go through every single thing and like write it down. But then they're just like, I'm not really trying to call anyone out here, but like it's like an hour-long video. They just sent an hour-long video. It's like, what the? I have to review this.
Video applications now?
We've always done video applications.
Yeah, we
What?
got. I think someone actually sent a 1 hour video. I watched some of it, but I completely tuned out.
I know, I can't. I don't know how to get through it. Like, I'll do it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, or
There's
you're in charge
definitely
of the requests.
I'll do it.
there's
You sure
definitely
will,
something to be
bestie.
said about the difference between like a good coach and
Like
I
a
don't
good
know,
player.
like being able
Or...
to talk to someone while keeping their attention and knowing how to keep their attention
Oh yeah, for sure.
as a
Communication's like
factor
the
to
biggest
being a good
difference.
coach.
Yeah.
And I think this is like my big thing about coaching is just like the experience of the person being coached, like being positive in general, is way more important than any actual information that you're going to give the player.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, I don't know.
All right. Okay. You know, maybe this is a fun idea. Why don't you know like those like pentagons, like those
I know about
pentagons?
pentagons. They have 5 sides.
Just
Yeah,
tell them,
that's
Zach.
true. That's true. But like, if we got like a pentagon, like, or the
Are you talking about
triangles,
like
like
a uh-huh.
yeah, like a distribution thing, like where you have a shape. Like, what are the main qualities of coaching? And then we'll like,
Okay, put experience there first.
all right, I don't even know if this I'll just say
You can just like find a pentagon tool in there or something.
got experience.
Okay, we
Trying.
got
We got experience.
This is still a podcast, don't worry.
We're going in. We got
Got people
not like
skills.
skill, like how good you actually are at the game.
our communication skills.
Communication. And
Yeah, I saw that in chat. Thank you,
We didn't think about there being 5.
I just want a pentagon. Come? Okay. That's
I'm sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Alright. Like
uh,
actual skill, I think there's
mhm.
also uh
Time.
Sorry, I'm so immature.
Time is one aspect.
like how good. Or like availability.
Sure, yeah.
Availability. I think that'll be a minor factor, but
And
We
then
can
the
add that.
last one, I just need this to be a pentagon. I think triangles and squares are so lame. Pentagons are poggers.
Submissiveness.
No.
And then I think
Damn
like
it.
something like a friendliness, right? Like affability.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I think so.
So let's make some.
Affection meter.
Yeah. Okay. So now
Okay.
like let's pick our. Okay, I gotta fix this up. Okay. So now let's describe.
Are you
I don't know.
are we gonna like
We're gonna
rate
make
people
some good
now?
rates of people. I don't know. I'm bored.
Rate? Or I thought they said raid. I'm like, the scream's over?
The stream's not over.
No,
We're gonna
no, no,
rate
no.
some people on how good they are at coaching. How do I get back to the? Oh, there is a shape tool. No,
That's a square.
it's a square.
Wait, no, go back to the shape
Or
tool. Go back to the shape tool, and yeah, there's a circle there too. So I think there's an option to change. What?
Use the line. Just use the line
We'll use the
segment.
What
line.
are you using?
We're using the line tool. Okay. I'm going crazy right now. All right.
Is it possible to just like copy paste
I have
shapes
just-
on the internet or like
Jesus.
images?
It's
okay.
fine. This is good enough. We have a good enough. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw mine first. I think
Auro's drop pentagon challenge. Impossible.
I'm gonna put my thing like something like this. This is my pentagon. If this is the center of the pentagon.
Should I draw mine? Can I draw?
We have to wait for.
I mean, not
Ours
like
to
right
draw it.
here. I'll draw my own.
Oh yeah, sure. I think this is my pentagon.
All right, where is the pentagon selection?
Ours the meanest coach on the planet Earth. For those of you just listening,
Maybe a little more.
that's
Maybe a little more.
that's a
affection.
high XP,
Oh,
high
yeah, 1 second.
skill.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. But yeah, I
High
think this is how I would
communication.
put myself as a coach. I think
Mhm.
I've gathered the experience. I think I'm within the top half of the game, and I've because of that experience, I have a lot of experience teaching these concepts. But I am very busy, and I don't think I'm a very friendly person, or not necessarily
You're a very
friendly,
friendly
but like
Laughability.
I don't really become friends with the people I coach, you know?
Low affection skill.
Experience is experience coaching and like skill, like how many like people you've coached, like how many different situations of like how good a player is, where they are in the game, how many of those you've seen. Skill is like actually how good you are at the game.
All right, Ours, put me on this pentagon.
We're gonna put you on the pentagon. What color do you want, Renge?
I want blue.
You want blue? What do you think?
Hit me.
I'm gonna make my own. So
I
just...
gotta put Renge like probably around the same experience. It's been a little bit shorter of a time. Skill here. I think about the same. You're a communications major, you know, and you're more available and more affable.
Yeah, still not very. I was expecting just like a huge spike.
Or I don't know. Do you want a
But,
huge spike? I'll give you. I think actually like you've fostered some very good relationships with some of your students. I'll give you the big spike in affability.
Nice. But yeah, different coaches are definitely always going to have like their different vibes, as in like how they'll mesh with their
Yeah.
students, and it's way more important for a student to find someone that they work well with and they will improve well by having the coach them.
Yes.
And if you have a coach that you're not going to learn anything from, it feels a little bit moot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Sex sent his thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You also made this a lot nicer than.
I'm sorry. Just skill issue.
Yeah, it's a skill issue.
Which
But
is why I put skill all the way up there, but that's probably the best that there is, but...
But I think it's probably like the most important thing to have these two. Like being more Jesus Christ. Being more like friendly and available is probably way more important for UC coaches than it is to have this stuff. Maybe this. The experience and skill, I think, is what people think is the most important to be a coach, whereas it's really this too. Or like not to be a good coach, but like to be a productive coach, you know.
Hmm.
I sent the blank canvas just in case you wanted it.
Maybe
Thank
we'll
you.
we'll put something in the description for
Yeah.
people to make their own.
Yeah, we'll put something in the description for people to make their own thing. That's a fun activity. Put it in the
Yeah.
That would be
comments.
funny.
Put a
It's
link to like an
funny.
Imgur. Don't rickroll us, but I'll
Yeah,
try and
Imgur your
link it to
mom.
them. Yeah. That's a little off topic. I just thought of that on the spot. This is not in the topic list at all. I just thought it'd be funny.
That is pretty funny, Wars. I laughed.
Thank you. You chuckled.
It's good stuff.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I mean, also I guess we've also mostly shifted to VOD reviews, whereas I think a lot of
What was the
coaches
system
come
before?
into thinking, you know what the system was before, Reg? It was like I was pretty
Was it
much always
beat the
doing.
student up?
Oh, actually, okay. So why don't you tell people about? Because I basically raised the ground for how UC coaching used to be, and then I just changed everything. Why don't you tell us how coaching used to be, Sek, before I came in and just destroyed everything?
God. Oh my god, old coaching. That was before you had the bot, right?
Yes, that was before a lot of things.
Oh yeah, that thing was stacked. I don't remember. Did we have the reaction system too?
No,
Yeah, so we
I
just
made
solicit
that.
people.
it was just a big list.
Okay, I don't remember a lot of coaching back then, but I think one time I coached somebody. I did a VOD review, and it probably wasn't even that good because I mostly just pointed out the huge mistakes.
Yeah.
But that was without a mic, so I had to like screenshot it and then show them.
Nice. Let's go. I've done that before actually when I was just lazy.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gotten better. That's all I can really say. I don't know if my actual coaching is
Gotten better.
like on par with others.
I think it's just gotten more streamlined. I think
I
like as you
I-
get more experience, as that XP in the triangle goes up, things just get more streamlined. You know, you get to do the same thing you were doing in less time. And I think most people find that the most streamlined thing you can do for a coaching session is just to VOD review.
I wonder if Wumbo could coach me. If I get the money to pay for Wumbo coaching, maybe I could.
How much does it
Do that
cost?
for-
Like $25?
Or like $30, 35.
All right.
Yeah, for coaching for 60 minutes.
No, I mean he's a developer, right? His time is worth money. You got it. Like, okay,
Wait, Wumbo's a developer?
he's a software engineer, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Or I was pretty sure that's what he did. But like, this is kind of a perspective thing. Money is worth a lot less than people like. At the longer time is worth more than money as you get older. I say that as though I were like a 40-year-old man, but like in the long run, like it doesn't really matter if you were like had $1,000 more even than like you did when you die. Like if I died with like $1,000 more than another scenario where I had $1,000 less, but I spent money on Wumbo coaching, it's probably more important that I spent, or like I saved the time that I would have maybe struggled in a rank, and like then I would have had more time to do other things when I die. I don't know. I'm not trying to do a life lesson here, but like I don't think paid coaching is necessarily a bad thing, because like in the grand scheme of things, $25, if it's something that is actually going to be very valuable to you, is worth it. And that's, I think like Moose has talked about this as well. Like Moose is one of the orderers of Garbo coaching, and he just said like, yeah, I'm not like a kid. I don't have the time to like figure out the best ways to practice. If I could just have like the curriculum, I could be told the right answers. He's more than down to use money from his like well-earning job to pay for that instead of put the time in. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I mean,
had
all
something
the
to say, but I
UC
blanked.
coaches are kids, right?
Yeah.
So at least like from the perspective of like another child, I don't know, especially
Yeah.
with like how big our game is, it feels weird to ask for money or just something that I do as like a hobby.
Yeah, as a clarification, Itchy said like, yeah, it's less about like the age and it's more like how much money you have. And generally, as you get older, you're gonna have more money because it just kind of sits around. Um, yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, my phone's ringing.
I don't know. I think we've talked at length about coaching and like before on this podcast, and I don't know if there's have you watched that? It's okay. It's also okay if you didn't watch it. But
I watched a little bit.
yeah. Is there anything
I
you
watched the
think we
podcast.
said wrong, or like anything you wanted to add onto like what we've talked about coaching? Like in terms of
I had
like
something to say.
some
I
like
know I had something to say.
all right,
I'm just trying to remember it.
you got it. I'll take a drink. Everyone drink some water.
Don't forget to hydrate.
True, bestie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you recall?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it was about Wumbo coaching. Um, yeah, I think Wumbo's respectable enough to be able to ask for paid coaching, and I remember
He's
How much did Garbo charge for coaching?
25. That's why I said 25, I think.
Yeah, I think at some point I actually did want to consider
Yeah.
Garbo coaching, but then again, I was a broke who couldn't actually pay for anything, so
It's fine. Um, but I mean, yeah, I think definitely like recognizability goes into it. You can't just be kind of a rando X rank and like expect people to. And I think, to a degree, UC destroyed any hope of there being a paid coaching market. You know.
yeah.
Um,
I think you just have to be a
for
really
most
big name to actually warrant paid coaching,
yeah.
and then you can be Wumbo.
Yeah.
You gotta be Wumbo because like I feel like at least 1 in 3 people who have at least like seen the Tetris community have seen him before.
Yes. I think you'd be surprised nowadays. Like we've talked before about like post Garbo Tetris. Like there's people that probably are entering the community that have never heard of Wumbo.
Really?
Or not
Yeah.
never heard of
Oh.
him, but like don't know him the way like as like the huge figurehead. They just know as like funny four-white guy, but they don't know anything else about him. Like they don't.
I met Wumbo in person.
You did, I
Oh.
know. Oh yeah, how was that the IRL event that you went to in
Oh, it was
Ohio?
awesome. I met Puffy and Dash Pepper for the first time. Uh, it was awesome. We basically hung out the entire day,
Aw, that's really sweet.
That's
and
Did
then
you
we
have
like
to
I think the first hour we saw Wumbo in a private lobby, and we knew he was at the event. So we were just like, wait, holy shit, Wumbo's here. Wait, where is he? And then we look all around the entire venue, and then I like start walking around, and we see him in the corner. So we joined his room, and he's just like, and I say, "Hi, I'm at the event. Can you wait for us?" And he starts waving in the back.
That's cute. That's like a fan moment. I think he's pretty
Yeah.
nice in person, right? So from what I've
Yeah, he's
heard.
pretty nice in person. I lost to him 4-7
You got
in a
four.
warm up round.
He's still good. Wumbo is
Yeah,
still very
and then
good.
and then I lost to him on stream, in PPT brackets.
Yes.
That's tough.
That was just funny. I asked him for a draw offer before the match even started.
Did he say no?
What do you think?
And then I think that was also the match that I did the horse opener for the first time in a live event.
Sick.
Probably the only time
No
in a live
horse
event.
opener.
Yeah, the only time in a live event. But I'm gonna consider it the first time because someone else is gonna do it
There's
next
actually
time.
I saw this like just earlier. WPL 2022 is in the works.
Yeah, I already signed up
IRL
for that.
championship.
Wasn't
Not signed up for it.
PK
I
gonna do
already
one too, or
finished this
I don't
thing.
know.
I think PK is planning one, but I'm not super sure.
There's a PP2 swap event happening in a major tournament.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
Frosty
Yeah,
Faust.
that PPT2 swap thing that's happening. I heard about it. I'm definitely not gonna be part of it because I have school and
Yeah.
priorities.
It's good. stay in school.
And also, I'm not even good at PPT swap, so
Swap is actually an interesting format.
I like swap. Swap is the best mode,
Yes.
but nobody likes swap. Everyone likes versus. Gross.
Yeah. I don't know.
Tell 'em.
I think there will be more IRL events happening. Are you planning
sure.
on organizing any for your college, Renge?
For college,
Or like just in your college,
maybe?
just at your
Oh,
university?
like at my college, probably. There's actually a very large, not very large, but there is a non-zero Tetris population in Vancouver.
Yeah.
In the Couve, and yeah, that's definitely something that I want to explore, but it's also like the skill disparity between the like most of the players is like very 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 large.
That's just how
It's
it
like,
goes, I think.
yeah, there's like one person who's like way above everyone else, and then a couple shitters, and also me. But yeah,
Well, you're not
I
the best in
mean,
your college.
I think
Not in
I'm
in the college probably.
at my university, I am definitely
Yeah, but
the
they're
best single player. But like
in the general Vancouver
in the
region,
area, yeah,
it's gotta
there's
be the only
I am
one.
at most number 3.
Yes.
True
I
bestie.
think. Actually, I think I'm number 4, but
So,
I might be number 5.
Just stop talking.
Anyways.
Just
Okay,
stop going.
Dredge, we get it.
You
You're not
got
the
it.
best.
You're bad. I'm sorry.
I keep thinking of people who are better than me. I'm sorry.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah,
It's a sad day.
It's okay, Range. You're still X in my heart.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So to move on from the topic, I guess we've talked plenty about coaching. Got a little sidetracked with IRL events, but yeah, you have been known to make a lot of YouTube content. I think you've kind of shifted away from doing purely VOD reviews and stuff, right? Like, what would you say your current what's your goal with content right now?
Yeah, I would say a lot of YouTube videos is kind of a stretch compared to other people. I think Smallfish, Dense 13 Batches, they all put out a way more content than I do.
Well,
Because I only come out
more
like
like
once a
high
week.
effort content, I think.
Yeah, I only come up with content once a week, just because my schedule is super busy and sometimes I just don't feel the motivation. Like this weekend, I was planning to make a new video, but I just like I couldn't find the motivation to.
Yes.
I
You had that thing in the works for a while, right? Is that out? I'm pretty sure it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already out.
Okay, I was making sure. Okay, I'm really
Yeah, it has like 4,000 views right now.
It's good.
Nice.
Yeah, it started, flatlining, so it didn't do as well as I hoped it would, but people shouted it out. Even Osk posted it on his Twitter.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you want me to talk about that?
Yes, I mean, like what's are you planning to make more of like that kind of content, or like what would you if you had to like pitch your channel, what would you say it is? Like what kind of videos do you make?
Okay, so I was actually thinking about kind of videos I wanted to make. I think after that 15 tips to get to X rank video, because that was just the video I wanted to put out. Because I just felt the urge to like suddenly use my YouTube channel for something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And once that happened, I put out a few more videos, and then after that I uploaded another video. Not a lot of people have watched it. I just titled it "The Future of This Channel."
Yeah,
So
I saw
mainly
that
what I want
video.
to do is
Yes.
I want to stray away from low effort content, because I know people are going to remember me for making tutorial videos, and I did post a few easy type of content, like
Yeah, you posted
like that
videos
one.
about your cat. That was good. I don't know.
Oh, those are the only kind of videos I want to actually keep on my channel, because I know some people are there for that.
Okay.
But like I want to avoid
you lure
videos
'em
where
in
I'm
with
just
the
going,
cat
holy cow,
videos.
guys! Like, look, guys, like I King Crimson Wumbo, not clickbait. Strangely, that's probably one of my most popular videos.
Yeah, that's
And
just
then
kind of how YouTube works, I think,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I do have to pay the price in viewership for making edited content. But I think
Yes,
that's
yeah.
fine. I think that's fine because I want to appeal to the niche audience for tutorials and then the general audience for just showing off the game and how and I guess how awesome and amazing and cool it is.
Yeah. I I think I'm of a similar opinion where it's like, um, or I could be wrong. I think there might be a world where, like, the route to go to like grow the community, because like I guess at the end of the day, aside from like making a name for yourself, the goal is to like grow the community, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah. Um, and I think a lot of like the really high, that like people who are pumping out content and like getting like pretty consistently like thousands of views on their videos are, they're mostly doing like short clips that showcase parts of the game, but maybe don't necessarily do the greatest job of like really introducing the game to them. They have to go like a step further, and I think that
Mhm.
next step isn't really available yet. I think when you have like the more highly edited guide videos that are like explaining more in depth certain mechanics, and or like how certain players, like how certain top players are able to do what they're able to do, or like how, I don't know, just like different kinds of like more highly edited content are probably what we need as that like extra step. So I think you're doing a good job with what you're doing, and I hope you I wish you the best of luck on that. um, we'll keep talking about it more, because I think more people should be able to do that. I think we're gonna talk about editing now. I think of the people that are like in the community, you are probably one of the only ones who really know how to, um, at least even like use like software above like iMovie. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Or
I take a TV production class, and so I just have Premiere Pro sitting in my
yeah,
library.
isn't that a subscription? Or like, do you get
Uh,
it paid by your school?
It's school paid.
That's cool.
Damn. Get him.
Zam.
Uh, but yeah, I
That's
mean,
this is not gonna age well.
um, did you like? I mean, like, how did you really get into it? Do you think it was like just because of that course that you started to learn it better, or I don't know? Like, how would
I
you
took
recommend people to get into that sort of thing nowadays?
so yeah, I took TV production just because I wanted to learn more about film. It was a pretty cool subject, but I think the problem with it is I think uh interest for it diminishes over time, and I think the biggest downside of video editing is that there's a lot of repetition and it gets boring sometimes. So what you kind of need to do like as you're working instead of learning new things to do, what you need to really focus on is optimizing your workflow. I think that's the biggest thing. So what I've started doing over time is instead of having all my assets just pulled in from the internet in my downloads folder, I organize it all into one folder so nothing gets lost and I can just pull it up whenever I want. And for the videos I'm currently doing, I have it on my desktop, so if I just click on the file right away, I can just go straight to video editing.
I see. Yeah. So like improving things about the workflow is kind of the big thing. But I think a lot of people don't, are like not even really like they're just like find it really difficult to approach to make something that's like more highly edited, and they just kind of post little clips.
Can
But
confirm. That's me.
yeah,
I
I think
think it's
there's
much
sorry.
easier. I think it's much easier than some people think. Like Smallfish is kind of mixed with content.
Yeah, he
A
does
lot, a lot of
some
just
pretty some high effort stuff as well. But
yeah, a lot of just versus matches, some cool instant moments. Then there's also PC tutorials.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not my kind of thing, but I only subscribe to the channels that I actually want to watch. So I don't usually subscribe to channels that have that kind of low effort content. It's yeah, I mean no offense to them. I just don't want to watch that kind of content. I like longer
longer
videos.
form stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
What was I talking about? Oh, that's right. So I don't think it's as hard as some people think. Uh, like the most you can start out with is just taking some clips and then editing them together, and then after that you can start learning how to add text, transitions, stuff like that. It's actually really easy. Garbo actually, I was actually asking Garbo for editing tips, and I think the number one thing he said was to just add a bunch of ease animations.
Eases.
He
Yeah.
said that basically just makes
Nice.
the video look much more professional.
Um,
So yeah, thank you, Garbo.
yeah, so to people who in chat who don't know what easing is, it's basically instead of when you move something across the canvas, instead of going like linearly, if you see the mouse on my screen, it's instead of like that, it's more like a whoosh, you know, like you accelerate or decelerate into it. Oh god, okay. Uh, but yeah, I think there's also some pretty solid free, or the only one I can think of is Resolve, um, which is a little weird to work with, but I think still pretty solid. Or it's weird to do like more complex animation things, but for 99% of video purposes, it's really easy. Also, I mean, you can also make videos in just like PowerPoint. I'm not the hugest fan, but there's some production quality put in. I think Small Fish's like PC guides are also are PowerPoints, right?
I think so.
PowerPoint slides? Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't really like that kind of content, or I don't really like the PowerPoints, but I think it's a step above, and I would rather see a million, like I would rather see like 5 PowerPoint guides than like 0, you know, like
It's better than none.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's that next leg of the journey. I think that the people like Dens and Small Fish are doing a really good job of like exposing people to the community, or I'm not sure how well those videos get recommended. I have a feeling that they're all sort of within the Tetris community, which isn't the best, but I think they do kind of get recommended to people. Or I would imagine, like, with the amount of views that some of them get, they do get recommended to people outside of the community. So, if you pull them in with those, then it's just up to some other people to make the kind of content that will tell them what they're actually seeing and how to get them to stay, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think also just having big names talk about Tetris will definitely help out the community.
Yeah, collaborations,
And
I think.
I think the videos that get the most attention are like slightly edited videos. Because you see like, have you seen Oshi Store's old videos?
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, those
Oshisor?
videos only have like a small edit in between, but they're just so entertaining that you just like
Yeah.
you can't say no to that.
I think Oshisor's old videos, they tell like little stories, right? They're like, they're,
They're also funny.
they
I
yeah.
don't know if Oshi Store agrees with that, but
Mm-hmm.
they
Okay.
would like I guess at the time
Yeah. But like
they were kind of like funny haha moment.
there's some narrative, right? There's some narrative to like what, like it's like some context to what's going on the screen. Like the little edit is just like where it's just like, oh, I've got to go do this funny spin to a friend, and it's like, okay, you know, instead of just like showing the clip raw.
Poke Dialgo does a similar
I
thing like
think
that.
Poke is doing a
I've
pretty
seen.
good job too. He released that like Tetris
Tetris anime.
Tetris anime.
Yeah, maybe like one or two edits in between, but yeah, that's the kind of content I think
Do well.
is gonna get the most attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also actually, in my documentary that we brought up earlier, I did mention Suisei Hochimachi. Some of her
Suisei, yeah.
Yeah. So some of her videos, I think that are on YouTube, are reposted by other people, and they have small edits in between, just like translations
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I actually will be making a video about her soon.
All
Probably
right.
not like in
Should
another
ask
month.
her to collab.
I don't think that's how
It's
that
that's not a
works.
no. I can't speak Japanese. I'm just gonna make a video about her.
Sure. I think a cool like documentary video could be like about the culture of like VTuber sniping, but I don't have enough footage to make that work, I think. And
I can do that. I have plenty of VTuber typing moments.
Do you have like footage of it?
Nope.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? But I
I
think that
can
could
do
be
it. So I can
that
do
could
that
be a
for a
really
while.
fun video.
It'd
That
be
could be a really
funny.
fun video. Yeah. Maybe we could work on that. I'll ask you, or I don't really have time right now. maybe later. But
Actually, I do remember a shit posting like at least like 2 weeks ago. The Tetris players be like video. I just thought that would be funny. So like I
yeah,
said,
That's a good video. That's a
I
good
thought
one.
that was like a, it's like that kind of content doesn't exist, that hasn't really existed in the community yet. Yeah. Oh, one last thing. You're still making the UC trailers?
no, I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
I mean, I'll probably get around to it sometime, but those videos definitely take a lot of
Yeah.
time to do.
This is like half an
The
intervention. Do you do you like doing them?
Uh,
I don't
yeah, I
know.
like doing them.
Okay. Well, as long
Only
as you
when
like
I
them.
like I'm not under time pressure because Bad Goblin gives me the
Yeah.
script like 5 days before we have to do it, and I have to wait for everyone to submit their lines.
Oh, I should probably.
Oh
I should
man,
probably do that. I forgot.
that's the
Am I the
Bad
last
Goblin
person?
classic.
No, you're definitely not the last person.
Okay, then I'll do it. I'll do it after this.
The Bad Goblin classic is asking you at like 3 p.m. the day of, and you're out of the house, so you have to scramble to set up your camera.
Yeah, bro.
Oh
Y-
man.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if you're writing the script, you have plenty of time to think about it. You have 2 months. But
This
for
is
video editing,
no
that's
no
only
shade at
whenever
Bad
everyone
Goblin.
No
finishes.
shade of bad. Maybe a little. I don't know.
No, just a little, just a little.
Just a little.
We're gonna completely
Yeah.
obliterate it. Anyway, so yeah, it's basically 3 steps. Well, first it has to be, of course, Bad Goblin writing the script. I think there were other people also writing the script, in like UC5, but that was so badly edited, I never want to talk about it again.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like everyone moves so slow, it makes me feel anxious.
Tell
So yeah,
him.
there's script writing, which could take as long as you need. Then there's people submitting their voice lines. You never know how long it's
Those
going to take for
things.
someone to submit their voice lines. And then video editing, you have to do all that in between and just
Yeah.
hope that you have enough time to do it.
Yeah. It's definitely. I feel like just like I don't even know how much like people really care about the trailer videos. But if you guys have
They
fun
don't.
making them, then
No one cares about it.
it's okay. But
I'll be very frank with you. We barely get any views for the UC trailers, and I posted a compilation of every UC season 1 video that I've made so far. That was
yeah.
like 30 minutes long and only has like 500 views.
No. I don't know. I thought I brought it up out of order, but I thought the UC trailer videos were probably a pretty good like stomping ground for you to like work on your editing workflow and stuff, right? Like having that consistent project to help you like just make more stuff.
Yeah. But the thing is, it goes on the Kaboozle Pies channel, so it's not actually,
Yeah, it's fine.
mine.
Uncredited.
But I was gonna. The
I get
reason I'm bringing this up is
credited.
because I think one of the best ways to learn to learn anything is you just need to use the skills that you learn. Find like a video project you want to work on. It doesn't like there's kind of that curse of the first project, right? Like people think of a really good video idea and they think like, oh, I want to work on this as my first project because it's like such a good video idea, but I feel like I won't be able to do it justice. You just need to make the video, right? Like it doesn't matter if it's bad. Like it's better that it's bad than it doesn't get anything. And you just got to trust yourself to be able to think of better video ideas as well later. Just trust your creativity. Take a little leap, have a little confidence, and
Yeah. If you want to actually have edited videos, then I think you should just do it yourself because paying an editor is, dear God,
yeah.
it's so much money.
I think
Like, if you
paying an
want to pay an
editor,
expert,
it wouldn't even be good because like they don't know about Tetris.
yeah.
Right.
And paying an editor, I think, if they have tons of knowledge in their skill level, then I think they would cost like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It is difficult work and it's very time-consuming work as well.
Yeah, that's the big problem. You need to pay for all that time, so it's just better to do it yourself, unless you're like
Yeah,
filthy rich.
obviously, I think that's um,
Plus,
So
learning the
yeah.
skill yourself is gonna serve you better in the long run.
yeah.
Assumedly.
Yeah, I wish I could give advice, but I'm so inexperienced compared to other people that I don't feel
Yeah.
like I should be giving advice at all.
I think it's less about giving advice and more like telling people that like It's not that hard. I
What the
just want
hell is
people to
block?
make.
Do you guys see what Blockfish is doing right now? Oh my
It's going
god.
crazy. There were some crazy sequences before that I like had to resist like not commenting on because I was in the middle of saying something. Um, yeah, I guess to finish off before we go into some chat interaction, you're kind of a character in the community. I don't know. Is that fair to say? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Okay. People say get real now. I mean, like, is that just
People
sort of
say
your
get
style of humor, or is it something like you intentionally tried to do? I don't know. Either one is fine.
I think I say get real like every few amount of times. I feel like people say get real more than I say get real.
Yeah, not just about the get real stuff, but I think people have
All right.
like a conception of you that's like very memey and very like unserious.
It's
Uh,
yeah, that's mostly like when I'm in like the if you see me in like the Tetrio general lobby server, that's usually when you see me doing all that stuff.
yeah, but I don't
And
know.
then on just Tetrio, I don't really talk at all in Tetrio just because
Yeah, people who talk in TL are cringe. I don't know.
I don't even use TL. I haven't played it for 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean like in custom lobbies, I don't even talk that much.
It's
Because
respectable.
I don't want to say stuff because like uh,
Yeah.
I'm just more interested in the matches than like all that because I'm mostly in custom lobbies.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think like I just it's probably just good to acknowledge that because I think a lot of people just have a have that impression of you. But you're perfectly capable of having a you being on this like having a in-depth discussion. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to
Yeah.
25 Pi 25 everybody. Let him make YouTube
Dang, I just got
videos.
shouted out.
Shout it out on the podcast that he's on.
Also, like, I mean, is there a reason like you're kind of the only person still like doing like live 2D within the community? Or I guess I was the only person that was like pushing for like regular people or like regular players using live 2D and not people who came in explicitly for like because they're VTubers and they saw like other VTubers playing Tetris playing it. But is there a specific reason you like using the live 2D model or?
Okay, well, first of all, you gave this to me,
I did
so
give that
that's
to you.
um,
Is your
I don't know,
payment
something about
for
this kind of,
making all those trailer videos without pay?
I mean, I think the main reason was just that like, I don't know, it's like the blower we like kind of connected, we know each other, we understand each
Yeah,
other.
okay.
We would go on, we could go to dinner together.
Yeah.
I'm joking, I swear.
It's okay. So like no like deeper reason about like you just like
Becoming a
it. No
VTuber?
deeper reason about like touching the VTuber community. That's a weird way to put it, but
I guess like trying to dip into the VTuber community, I thought it was stupid at first, but then I realized, wait, this could actually be pretty cool. Like having a
yes,
like being a plant this entire time.
that's what
I
I'm
think it's something
saying.
unique that not a lot of people would see. I know there's
Right.
other like plant VTubers out there, but that's mostly because they're anime girls dressed as a
Yeah.
plant.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that community, I think has been adjacent to Tetris for a long time, but I don't think it's very like they're just kind of separate from the community. There was the Zalos tournament, but do you know who won the Zalos tournament?
Me, I won it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
And Mr. FAQ was
Mr. FAQ, who's also just like, I don't know.
No, the whole tournament was basically just me versus Rova. Well, there was also there was a beginner bracket, but
Yes.
yeah, the advanced bracket was just me versus Rova. It was stressful
Cool.
because I played that tournament knowing that yesterday Rova beat me in Tetra League.
Yeah, you won though.
Yeah, I know that.
You're crazy. All right.
And I imagine how different it could have been if I lost that tiebreaker in the first match.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that the VTuber community is largely just like it's just kind of hanging out, and they're very very close, but just neither of us have bothered trying. I don't know if
I kind
we
of did,
really.
but I didn't really try very hard.
I don't think I'm very connected with the VTuber community, especially like I don't want to bring Suisei into this, but I kind of have to because she is a VTuber that plays Tetris.
Yes. I think
No,
I don't think we understand how big Suisei is. But like beyond Tetris. That's like kind of her thing, but also like she's
yeah,
like
she's just
Hololive
on like
stuff.
a different plane of existence. She doesn't even like
Sh
acknowledge anybody in the Tetris community except for maybe Amamiya and like
yeah.
top Tetris 99
Mia,
players, and
yeah.
Tetris 99 I believe to be a joke. Please don't smite me for that.
Ooh.
Yeah. We talked about before on the Moose podcast that like Tetris 99 is kind of its own community at this point. Like the people still play it. It's just a different game. It's like
Yeah, I still think it's a joke.
all right.
Come
That's
fight
fair.
me.
Yeah, I guess now we'll that's sex brand. Sex brand. Ha ha ha. Yeah, if
Like
anyone in
immediately like
chat
I
has
cut
any
music.
questions, we feel free to ask away.
Like when
Or
you said that, I was thinking about like this one video I made in TV production where um I made a what was I saying? I was basically like we made like a parody of Paul Blart Mall Cop, and I went into Victoria's Secret, and then my friend who had like a wig started beating me with a purse. We tried to recreate one of the scenes.
dude,
So true.
that's
How to get to
crazy.
X rank bid? I already made one.
That's the
For
we
me?
need a s-
Or is
we
that a
need
question
I
for
already
me or
made
Sec?
like a
a.
follow up.
That was like the first video that I took seriously on my channel. How to get to X rank. 15 tips to get to X rank. Have you watched it? I hope you've watched it because I linked it to you before.
We need 15 more tips to get to X rank. Is what we need.
I need
Yeah, I was
more
thinking about that kind of
tips.
video, but like the
There
thing
could also
is,
be like a 15 tips to get to U rank, or you could like make it for a bunch. I don't actually know if you've
yeah,
done it
the video
before.
for X rank, 15 tips to get to U rank.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you can lose.
Can I just say I think 15 tips is too many. You gotta separate that out into 3 different videos. You
Alright.
gotta drip the content out. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's so much I could talk about in 1.5 hours.
I know it's too many hours. Like just you could just make a playlist. Do 15 individual tip videos. I don't know. I still thought that was a good video.
Yeah, I have so many ideas for new videos. I just cannot find the motivation to finish any of them. I think what I really want to do is maybe a 10 tips to get to X rank video, like 10 more tips. I want to do 10 just to like undershoot it because there's a lot of mechanics I can talk about, but I don't want to make it irrelevant.
It's just like
I was
pouring out effort, I think. That like I don't know. You're
There's
doing a
also
good
an
job.
SRS spins video. I really wanted to do an SRS spins video because I never see those around. I saw one in Puyo Puyo Big Bang, the Puyo
Yeah.
Puyo Tetris Big Bang.
Yeah.
So I really want to do one of those. Also, Man Vendor sent me an entire script for it.
Oh, I think I did. I remember that.
Yeah, that was funny. And then there's also what was I about? I was about to say something. There's the UC12 rank cap reveal. I don't think I'll be able to do it anytime soon, but I'll get around to it. Cat video when? Never.
Yeah. We could just stop. Just don't feel bad. You could just like stop making them whenever you want. I'm just saying.
I want to make cat
This is
videos.
my
Just
intervention.
like,
If you want to make them, you should make them. But I
oh,
feel
you're
like
talking
it's
about
like
this.
so much effort to
No,
make the
it's
trailer
fine.
videos. Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about cat videos. Like, really, it takes that much effort?
Nah, no, cat videos are
High
fine.
effort cat girls.
You gotta
No,
make
not
more cat
really.
videos.
I don't think it takes. Actually, I think it takes like just a little bit of effort to find something funny that my cat does because she runs away from me a lot and she's very mean.
I feel
Aw.
like
I'll
there are
feed her, I
some like
swear.
there are some like super high effort edited cat videos. I feel like there has to have to exist on the internet.
Yeah, have you seen Tudo?
Oh yeah,
Tudo
that's the
Cat?
one I was thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very funny.
they're funny.
You guys should watch those, even though they're in Chinese.
Tudor, you know, potato cat.
Yeah, those are very funny.
Yeah,
Make videos like his Donkey Kong December.
yeah.
No,
No, so sad.
I don't know. I like to ask of my community a lot for video ideas, just because whatever they want to see will probably get the most views.
Yeah, I think you actually have
Hmm.
you had a pretty decent like community from the outset. I think.
Yeah, I have like 140 people in my Discord server.
Versus, I think I'm still pretty like a hidden member of the community because I don't really interact too much with other people. But
You have that one video with like 13,000 views.
Yeah, because
True.
that was just like my high effort guide video. But like, I don't think people know who I am. I think you have a lot. You have a pretty like you have like a following, right? I have like
Yeah.
I have that one video pretty much.
Yeah, I think the problem with like that, I don't think this is a you problem. I think that's the problem with a ever video something about something like finesse is that people aren't gonna do it. They're just not gonna learn finesse.
I think I made it easier. I made it as easy as I could. If they don't learn it, then they will have never learned it. But
Yeah, bro, I don't learn finesse. I have like 120
yeah,
faults in my blitz.
it's not. Yeah, the video is also not for people like you that like are have already like sunk so much into not having finesse that like they're not gonna learn it. But like it's for like when I was like first learning the game, I went on a bender or I just like looked up as much Tetris content as I could, and I found like you know everyone finds the Tetris concept. You find the caffeine guides, you find the anonymous downstacking guide, Garbo T-spin guide, Garbo 4 wide guide. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my god, my old T-spin guide, that was so bad.
I
I'm planning to
remember
make a new one.
I remember UC's reputation when people pointed it out. They just looked at our lectures and stuff. It's like, oh god. But I think things
Yeah,
are looking
I'm
on.
never gonna make that mistake of making a shitty guide again, but I hope I can make a new T-spin guide.
Yeah.
Possibly better than Garbo's, which is probably not possible.
Garbo's T-spin guide, I think there's
What about Tafakin?
I don't think Tafokin's
Okay,
guide is
listen,
bad.
listen, Tapo Kid's Tapo Kid's T-spin guide.
Garbo's T-spin guide has a lot of things that could be improved on it, I think, as well. He made that video at a point where he was like super into making very freeform T-spins, so he didn't really prescribe any like specific ways to build them, which I think
I mean, there was six
kind of a
stacking.
mistake.
He didn't mention that, which is something I also mentioned in my
It was just kind of vague.
beginner's
I think it's a little vague. There's still more. I was also thinking about making a T-spin guide, but there can be more than one T-spin guide. Different methods work for different people. You know, it's fine to have overlap. Yeah, what I'm
So
saying.
yeah,
Just gotta
I
make
need
more
to
guides.
put out more polls.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, you'll have some time maybe over the holiday to pump out some stuff. That's my plan
Yeah.
too.
I got a finals for LASS. I got an integrated paper. Screw that.
I also got some finals coming up. I'm sure Renge does as well. I'm sure everyone here does. But yeah, I think that's. Unless anyone in chat still has some questions. The Wowie guides also. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Shout out to Wowie.
Yeah, I remember watching Maui. He was very funny. I asked him to 1v1 me on YouTube, but we never got around to doing it.
Yeah. He's got a kind of. I don't think we see too many of that kind of personality anymore. Like kind of. Or I don't have the words
Like
to describe it right
like
now.
the
Kind of like.
guy at the top of a temple, you know? You gotta find him.
Yeah.
And he'll teach
I
you
want to
the
make my
way.
videos fun, but they're not fun right now because I'm just talking.
Like a Tetris monk.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for being on, Sec, and we'll put all your socials in the description and that pentagon in the description. So thank you everybody for watching, and also to those on YouTube.
All right.
See ya.
Have a good one,
Have a
everyone.
good one.
Wait. Subscribe to Pokemon Tier 3.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. See you guys.